Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. October 22nd, Wednesday. A lot happened between Monday and Tuesday to get me to here. So Monday's usually my wife's treatment day, and usually they are my wife's treatment day. So I was planning on getting up early and working out, but it just did not happen. So we didn't do it. So it was a really crazy Monday day. We went to treatment, but before we went to treatment, my wife had got a text as we were getting dressed. We were getting her ready, that a friend of ours, who we've known for the past about 5 years or so, older gentleman, he passed away that night. We had known he had been in hospice. We had visited him over the weekend. He lived right down the street from our store. So we visited, we spent the weekend kind of with him, hanging out, talking to him. We could see he was going. It was a very loud bus. All right, so we could see that it was getting to that time, but we were at least hoping that it was going to be a little bit longer. This gentleman had sustained a spinal injury when he was 29 years old, car accident, and he was paralyzed. Not fully. I guess in his younger days he could get around on crutches and stuff like this, but as he got older, the injury got worse. It got to the point where he was in a motorized wheelchair. So that's when we met him, and he and my wife, they bonded together because they're both in that disability situation. Really a great guy. So we got that news that he had passed that night. So went to treatment, kind of down. It was good treatment. But we also got the news that my daughter, my youngest, the one that you saw here the other day that was doing her little comedy routine, was graduating from a CNA school, Certified Nursing Assistant. She had taken that class. So she was graduating that night, Monday night, excuse me. She was graduating Monday night. So a lot happening that day. So we got done with our treatment. We did our thing. We came home. We had to go over to where her graduation was. Now this graduation basically it means that you just completed the course. They have a little ceremony, and it was in not the nicest part of town. And this building that they have the classes in is so small that there was no way that they could get all 30 students and all their families in there. So they ended up holding the ceremony out on the sidewalk in front of the school. So we were all sitting in the parking lot, and it was hot. The sun was in everybody's eyes, and the ladies who were conducting the ceremony, they had this little microphone and they were trying to talk into it, and it had a short in it and it kept buzzing in and out, but she kept talking into it, trying to talk, you couldn't hear her. And it was a long, drawn out process. They wanted to give everybody awards. They wanted to pump everybody up and tell them how great they did and all this stuff. And we kept telling her, don't stop using the microphone. And even the students were telling her, stop using the microphone. Just put it down. So she would put it down, she'd be talking, everybody could hear her. And then all of a sudden she'd pick the microphone up and start talking again. It was a comedy routine. It got to the point where my daughter, who still works her job during the day, she goes to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, gets off at 2 or whatever. And then she would come home, have some lunch, whatever, and then she'd go to night school and do that. So she had done that day. So she was hungry. We had a whole potluck in the school. Everybody brought food. I went to a Costco and bought 4 giant pizzas and put them in there. And there was all kinds of food in there. My daughter was starving. She's sitting in the back because she's kind of the Spicoli of the class. She is the outcast. She kind of does as she wants to do, although she's got the brain power to make up for it, which is really funny. As she got older, her brain power really kicked in. But her Spicoli attitude has even gotten worse. So she gets up in the middle of the ceremony and walks in there and grabs a couple pieces of pizza and comes back and sits down. So I'm just like, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, yeah, that's her. That's just, I can just see as that's the way she kind of came up in class. She kind of did her thing, kind of got in her trouble, but she's just kind of a little rebel. Okay, so we did that. We were hopefully going to be done in a decent time and come home. We didn't. Afterwards, my daughter wanted to go out to a bar, a brewery somewhere, have some drinks, and we figured we'd go to a brewery down the street from our house here. And as we're on our way, I check it. I think like, oh, it's Monday night. They're probably closed. I checked. They're closed. I said, well, let's go to this other bar that's down the street. We drove over there. It was closed. I'm all like, what the? So there's another one that we know because we drove by it on the way to the ceremony. I said, let's just go to this other one. So we all went over there and played pool and had drinks, and family was all together. My sister, her sister was there, a couple other friends. So it was fun. I didn't get home till 10:30, and so no riding the bike, no riding the Zwift, no nothing. My plans went out the window. Got up Tuesday morning, came out here, did a little walk, and I was going to do some warming up, and I could feel as I was doing my warming up just still a little bit of a twinge in the back. So I said, you know what, we're not going to do it. We're just going to rest for the day. We're going to rest another day. So we rested yesterday. Still a busy day. Still had to get the wife up, and she had plenty of plans going on, so we had to go do all that stuff. So finally last night I got her into bed about 8 o'clock. I came out here at 9 and I got on the Zwift bike, and I'm still going through the entrance process of going through all the entrance rides as they're introducing you to the game and the gamification of indoor training, riding the bike. So yesterday's ride was 45 minutes or so. It was a 12.2 mile ride. And so I was like, okay, I've done 30 minutes. I've done, 15 minutes. I said, now it's time to just step it up a little bit. Turned the fan on, hit the game, started going. Feeling pretty good. Feeling kind of tired. Got about halfway through, clicked down a couple gears on the thing just to spin for a little while to let my legs rest. And then I geared back up and I drove all the way back on the game. And I finished. I got my 45 minutes done. Oh my gosh, I got off that bike, my legs were shaking. Came out here, it was dark, walked up and down the street several times, catching my breath, had to cool down, I was sweating like crazy. Finished that ride. I have one more left to do to finish the 5 intro rides. I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight or if I'm gonna do it tomorrow because my legs feel kind of tired. So today I got up and I did my 4 laps around the street, around the neighborhood with my weight vest on, just warming my legs up, just trying to get them stretched. Last night when I got the bike, my hamstrings from riding that bike, like I said, I have not ridden a bike seriously since I was about 16, 17 years old. So I got good endurance and I have a good threshold for pain. So those two combinations are, and I have a mental attitude that says don't quit. Although I'm competing against myself, I like to beat myself. So I kind of did a good one last night. So yeah, my hamstrings were really tight last night. It took me a while to kind of stretch them out. Slept decent last night. Trying to get into this, like I said, in the routine of doing that and then going to sleep, getting up and working out. So here's the big change. The big change I'm going to do with the X3 right now is I'm going to do 2 sets of 10 of each exercise. I'm going to go down a band on the deadlift. I'm going to go down a band on the bent rows. I'll probably stay with the band on the curls. I want to do 2 sets of 10 because I don't want to completely stop. Obviously, I'm never going to stop doing the X3, but I'm going to conduct another little experiment here. I want to do 2 sets of 10, and at the beginning of the month, which I'm almost at the middle of this month, so we'll do through the whole month, then we'll start at the beginning of December. At the beginning of December, we will do a full-on everything you can to see how many max reps you can get with that. Mark that down, and then go through the rest of that month while doing the Zwift spinning, while getting up and doing the 2 sets of 10, and they're going to be slow and grueling, but they're only going to be 2 sets of 10, and see if I increase, if I keep my muscular, if I keep my muscles, which I will. I will keep that. I know I will, but I don't want to overdo it training wise with the X3 and with the Zwift. Right now, I can feel that I'm losing weight. I'm down 12 pounds. I'm down to 236, and I'm staying down at that point. So I know I'm going, if I keep riding that bike, I'm going to just lose. I'm going to shred up big time. Of course, it also helps. In my theory, in my mind, I if I work out in the morning, have my protein before I work out with the amino acids, have my protein for lunch, and then eat some carbs and stuff kind of towards dinner, and then do the bike in the evening. Do the bike in the evening before I go to bed, then my body's going to be in a depleted state. So, and of course I'll be taking my amino acids before I go to bed, so that the fat should be really getting worked off while I'm sleeping. And then when I get back up in the morning, I'm going straight into a muscular workout with a walk, and then eating for lunch. And then so the same thing, I should be able to peel some serious pounds off. And the reason that I'm doing this way is because of my life with my wife, taking care of her. I don't have time to dedicate during the day to sitting down on the bike at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or something. We're doing something, or she needs assistance to do an hour, to do maybe 2 hours on a ride as I get better at doing this. So either it's going to be in the evening, or I'm going to start getting up earlier in the morning and just doing it in the morning. Do a ride, do a Zwift ride, and then do an X3 workout afterwards, just to maintain the muscular. I don't know. I'm kind of adjusting it as I go right now. Although I do obviously enjoy the X3, I love it. But that bike, man, that is a hell of a challenge. It is fantastic. The burn, the sweat, and the gamification of the whole thing just makes it fun. Like I said, I'm kind of a gamer at heart. Don't have time to do it anymore, so this is my way of doing a game and actually getting some great exercise. So that's where I'm at right now. So we're gonna do 2 sets of 10, and then 2 sets of 10 deadlifts, bent row, curls. I'm not doing legs right now. I'm gonna let legs cure for a while riding this bike until I get used to riding it, and then I'll go back to doing my one-legged split squat back and forth with this workout. But right now I'm not doing any legs, because after that 45-minute ride last night, my legs are feeling really kind of tired today. So we're getting enough exercise doing that at this point. We will get back to doing those at a later point. So right now we're going to get set up and we're going to get our deadlifts on. All right, I also know that it's probably after 8 o'clock. I know that the wife usually gets up about this time, but usually after treatment, usually the second day she sleeps in a little bit more. So hopefully she's not going to get up till around 9 today, and she can get some good sleep, because it's been a stressful past couple days. Right now I've got the Paraforce dark gray. We're going to do 1 set of 10, take a little break, and then do a second set of 10, trying to make each rep count. Eight. Yeah. All right. 1 set of 10. Yeah, kind of yesterday as I was doing my warm-ups, kind of found there's a little sweet spot right towards the bottom when you lose that tension that I get out of form, and that's when I kind of felt a little twinge in my back yesterday. As you get down right past the knees, if I go a little bit more, I kind of drop my hips, or I think I come forward, which puts a little bit of strain on the back. So right now I'm just kind of working on right below the knees, as I can feel my thumbs, keeping that tension, keeping it back, and then coming back up. So Whew. That was 1 set of 10. Seven, 8, 10. That felt very good and very easy since I was obviously doing the black band, but I kind of want to stick with this dark gray for a couple weeks, kind of getting that form down, not overdoing that lower back. Let that heal up before we go back to doing that heavier black band. Okay, I could feel that. That was good. Now we're gonna take a break. We're gonna set up for bent rows. All right, set up. I've got the light gray Paraforce set up. We're gonna do 2 sets of 10 bent rows. And then just like I said, nice and slow. Squeeze to the top, feel the isometric hold, feel it, and then slowly as you're squeezing it, slowly let that that band back down, resisting against the resistance. Oh, it's fantastic. Nice and slow. Pull it up and squeeze that weight at the top. Different, so much different than doing bent rows with a barbell, where you're just trying to get it up off the ground and you're trying to just use momentum. Pull that bar up into your waist, and you really don't hold it there for very long. You're kind of like, boom, coming up, boom, coming up, like that when you're doing this. When you're doing the barbell, when you're doing this, slow off the ground, squeeze. When you get that top, really trying to bury that bar into my belly as far as I can while squeezing the back. All right, one more set of 10. Oh. Whew. That was really good. I like that. Give me a little pause in between, and then get 10 more, so that I can really get deeper into that pull. All right, break time. All right, I'm back. I just got the call on my phone from the wife that it was time for her to get up. So I had to go in and assist her and get her up. And she's gonna sit in her chair in the front room for now. Hopefully for today, that'll be her spot, is just kind of chill out and sit in the chair. But knowing her, she'll want to take a shower here in about an hour or so and get up and go do stuff. She doesn't like sitting around. So last one, curls. So 2 sets of 10 curls with the light Paraforce gray. I'm going to do 1 set of 10 drags, nice and slow and really squeezing at the top. And then I'm going to do 2 sets of the hammer curls with the figure 8, just so I get that in. Oh my gosh, wow. Kind of like that. Just 10 set number. I know I can get that 10, but it gives me more time to really concentrate on that top end. Once I get to that sticky point, really squeeze a little bit more, trying to get more. Same thing with the bent row, and same thing with the deadlift. I know I'm gonna get the 10, but it's just a matter of going slow and really squeezing and feeling. Whew. All right, same thing. 1 set of 10. Why why does that almost feel harder than just doing one set to exhaustion? Whew. All right, I'll clean this up and we'll finish up. Whew. All right, that was done. That was good. I needed that. I needed that after 2 days of doing nothing and then feeling a twinge in my back yesterday doing warm-ups, of all the stress from Monday, yesterday, still more stress from yesterday. The wife, after her treatment, she like I said, she sits in her chair usually for the next 2 days after treatment, kind of chills, but because of her friend passing, she wanted to go see the family and do a bunch of stuff yesterday, so we were on the move yesterday. Hence my getting on the bike yesterday was like, yes, I can't wait to get on this bike and grind out some miles on this is Zwift trainer right there. It's hard to explain to people when you are somebody else's person. Now, it's one thing if you're a caregiver and you go to work and you work for 8 hours at a facility, or you come over to somebody's house and you're there for 8 hours and you're taking care of them, you're doing what they're supposed to do, and then when you're done with that 8 hours, you're gone. You're back to yourself. You're back to doing things you want to do and thinking about things you want to do and doing that. When you're a 24/7 caregiver for your spouse, there's a lot that goes into it. You basically give up all of what you have going on, what you're thinking, and frustration with me is I am kind of like my daughter in that Spicoli nonconformist type sense. It's hard. I mean, I have no problem helping my wife and doing all that stuff, but there's other things that I want to do, and there's things that need to be done around the house that I know how to do, and I'm going to do them, but she wants to sit there and tell you how to do them, and that's where the frustration comes in. That's where I get angry, where she's telling me how to clean the kitchen, or she's telling me how to vacuum the floor, or she's telling me how to do laundry, or whatever else. I've been doing this stuff since I was a kid, and I've been doing it since I've been an adult, and I'm still doing it now. So I don't need somebody to tell me how to do it, and I get frustrated and I get angry because I'm just working to get things done. I need to get things done so I can get to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, because there's so much stuff that piles up. And that's where I said where she's the the great cog in the gears when she throws the wrench in the gears, because I'll get up in the morning and I'll have plans. Okay, I need to do this and this and this today, and once I get her up, all of a sudden everything that I had planned goes out the window because she wants to go somewhere. So all the house chores or things that need to be done around here or need to be done at the store or whatever else needs to be done goes right out the window because she wants to go somewhere, and she can't get in the car and drive herself there. Everything she does has to be assisted by me and nobody else. Nobody else knows how to do it as well as I do, and then of course nobody argues with her as well as I do. So there's a lot of frustration that comes with that. So these workouts that I get up in the morning, and I get my own personal time when I'm getting up, and I come out here and I don't have any responsibility sitting on my shoulder for a couple hours, hour or two. So I can just do my workout and think my thoughts and listen to my rock and roll or whatever I'm listening to. In the evening, now that I'm getting her to bed, instead of just sitting there, mindlessly watching TV, I'm getting out here on the Zwift trainer and getting some exercise in, getting some cardio in, doing things to improve my health, doing some things to flush out the stressfulness of the day of dealing with that type of situation. So I look forward to coming out here in the evenings right now, grinding away on that trainer. Now eventually, hopefully, there'll come a time when I'll switch over to doing it in the morning before I work out, or just maybe work out one day and then do the trainer the next day, just back and forth. I don't know. Right now I'm just trying to get my legs on that trainer, trying to build the endurance up so that I can actually not feel like I just got run over by a car when I get off the dang thing. Like I said, yesterday I felt good, and then once I sat down here on my sandbag, I could just feel my hamstrings, my hamstrings were just like so tight last night. I had to sit here and stretch them out. They're feeling a lot better now. Which feels good. So get my little stretch going here, my deep squat. get that stretch. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm still going to continue doing the X3, although I'm scaling it back. And I'm scaling it back just in the sense that I'm still doing the intensity. I'm just not doing the total amount of reps. I know I can do 2 sets of 10. I could probably do 3 sets of 10, but I'm kind of going for time constraints too. 2 sets of 10, nice and slow, feel every rep, really get to the top end, that point where you're feeling a total tension, and then really squeeze it, and then feel it as you're lowering it back down, as you're bringing it back down, whatever you're doing, just feel that, and then same thing, coming back up and really squeezing it, holding it in the isometric, getting that work. And then once a month, starting in December, if I can continue with this program, I keep changing myself up, once a month, just do a 1 set total exhaustion and see if I can improve over the winter time with this. I think this is gonna work, obviously, because you're still getting a lot of tension, you're still getting a lot of work in, but I'm not overloading my body with too much work. So I'm kind of working hard, but giving a little bit of a break, working hard on the trainer, giving a little bit of break. I'll find the balance here eventually. Right now, I'm really excited about my next ride. I'm excited about doing the next ride. What I'm gonna do to finish off that 5 ride instructional, thing, and then get into doing some training on that bike, how I want to do some training to start building up my VO2 max, start building up my endurance, start building up my sprint speed, start building all that stuff up so that I can lose weight and just compete in the game and enjoy that aspect of it. So I can't go out on a road bike, I can't go out and ride nowhere, I can't go train for a marathon, I can't go train for a triathlon, I can't go train for a bike race or anything like that. My training is here in the garage with the X3 and on that trainer, and competing that way, and then feeling healthy and vibrant and keeping my mental health solid. So that's it, rambling, just like usual, but that's it for today. I will see you on the next one. I'm trying to figure out how I can video myself on the trainer and get it on here so you're seeing the screen and seeing me doing it, whatever. I'm not sure if anybody's interested in seeing some totally novice rookie start doing it, but hey, you know what? I started with the X3 videoing my workouts, and I've gotten a whole lot stronger, a whole lot better, and we might as well do it with the trainer and see where I am come this time next year, if I'm competing in any big races or anything like that. So I'll figure that out. Just try not to do too much, too time consuming. So the edits might be pretty raw of just me throwing it up there. So that's it. I got time. I have to do other things and sit here and try and edit some video all fantastically. So we're done, and I will see you. Get it done. Go live your life, and I will see you next time.